Well, hey everyone, this is Chris DiFurio with Keys to the Shop. Welcome to another edition of Shift Break. Today's episode is brought to you by La Marzocco. La Marzocco, of course, you know the name. It's a household name in specialty coffee because for almost 100 years now, La Marzocco has been outfitting coffee shops with some of the most dependable, beautiful, and innovative espresso machines on the planet. I always find myself recommending La Marzoccos to my clients. I've always loved working on and recommending the Linea PB as an example of a great espresso machine, the classic style and dependability of the Linea Classic, along with the upgraded technology of today to allow baristas the ultimate control over their espresso. That is just one example of many different kinds of espresso machines that La Marzocco has created to fit your cafe perfectly. Go check out their website, lamarzocousa.com, and better yet, go email them, info@lamarzocousa.com. One of their salespeople will help you select the right machine for your cafe. Again, info@lamarzocousa.com. Today's episode is also brought to you by Espressly. Espressly is all about creating custom branded mobile apps for your coffee bar to offer your customers a seamless experience in mobile ordering that is not only convenient, but it's also your brand. And you don't share that real estate on the phone with any other coffee shop. There's no recommendations for other coffee shops on the app. It's just you, your menu, your colors, your logo, everything. And it integrates fully with Square. You can use the loyalty program in Square because that also is able to be switched on in the app. And best yet, there's no setup or development fees. So go ahead and reach out to them, espressly.co, and have them get started on your app today. Again, that's over at espressly.co. Okay, everyone. Well, today we are going to talk about evolution and reinforcement. This idea is one of the main things that I think about when it comes to transforming a business, because a lot of people will desire to transform either themselves or transform their businesses because they see the form that their business is in right now they do not like, and there's something that needs to change. And so they take on this mentality that, okay, we're going to start shifting the way we do things, or I will start shifting the way I do things. And one of the best ideas that we have is that we're just going to go full bore, all or nothing, big change. And it's because we feel the urgency of the need. We have maybe just got this revelation like, oh my, I can't believe we're here at this point in the business where I don't know what it is. It might be something culturally about the service. It might be, the way that you are coming across to your employees that you had no idea about until a 360 review. There's a lot of this stuff that we could latch onto. But the point is that myself and I feel like a lot of us out there have this tendency to say, okay, this is it. Time to get serious. And serious means big. But you're not really going to get very many places if you just try to bite off more than you can chew. The fact is that your business, if it's in a place that you don't like, financially or culturally, quality-wise, service, your own business, your own leadership practices, it evolved to that point because of certain behaviors and actions that were reinforced over time. These things have become entrenched. And there is a way to get rid of this stuff, and it's basically destroying your business and starting from scratch, which I wouldn't recommend. Trying to just do a 180-degree turn yourself and be the opposite person, which, good luck. I have tried that in many areas of my own life, and I just am too good at the things that I don't want to be good at. They are learned behaviors that have evolved over time. And like it or not, the best way to have not gotten here is to have started with the end in mind right from the beginning and not allowed these things to creep up. So those of you who have not started coffee bars yet have an opportunity to basically be more intentional, be more mindful, have a culture of feedback that allows you to slowly reinforce great behaviors and actions so that you can evolve into something that's great. If you and your coffee shop now feel like you need to make these changes, but you've been in business for quite a while, the first response that you should have after that initial, we got to get going, we got to do it all right now, should be, but we can't. So let's choose one small thing that we can do today and start practicing and start to become the type of business that does this practice, this action. If you want to break it down personally to make it make sense here a little more, if you are not given to compliments, genuine, heartfelt compliments to your staff, but you are a nitpicker and you are a problem finder, or you like to call it, somebody who is refining the business by providing solutions for problems that you detect, that an asset to the business, but people see you as a bad news manager. If you want to change that, I'm not saying don't recognize that there are issues or address them, but if you want to balance things by saying, there's probably a lot of good things too that are going on. I want to be seen as, and I want to practice more of that specific affirmation. Well, then maybe start with just once a week saying something to somebody that is complimentary that you have noticed. Just start in a very, very small way. This comes from a lot of research that has been done about habit formation, a lot of which you can find in the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, which is an amazing book. And one of the quotes from that book is that success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. So as you hear me talk about this, it's exactly it. Success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. And you can break these things down. This is also in the book. They talk about how if you want to do more push-ups in a day, just do one. Get on the ground, do one push-up a day. And that's it. And it seems ridiculous, but really it's about shifting your identity and getting in the habit. The habits shape who you are. It's going to become very much your personality to become a great leader or a great barista, a wonderful hospitality professional. So you take one small action that is pointing in the direction of where you eventually want to be. And as you do that small thing, consistency is key here. Over time, you will start to see transformation take place. Just the same as opening a coffee shop for the first time, you need to have a small business in order to eventually have a big business. If you just got into business for the first time and you launched 7 coffee shops, you'd be sunk. You probably wouldn't do a very good job. It would be rife with problems. You need the small to help you transform into the type of person and your people to transform into the kind of team that can handle a second, a third, a 10th, a 20th store. See, time is your friend here. This is not a race against time. It is a use of time. So as you look to the new year and you think about the things you want to change in your coffee shop, take a breath, practice some patience. Don't give up the desire or the urgency, but distribute it over a larger period of time and take heart that these daily small things will lead to big results. At the end of coaching calls, we always end with next steps. What are the next steps that need to be done? And sometimes we'll get really granular. We'll talk about when this week we will work on putting it on the calendar. Yes, in order to make sure that it gets done. But the bigger picture here is developing the habit of doing, developing the habit of becoming. And as you develop that habit of becoming, again, you're going to see success. Success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. So I wish you a happy new year, and I hope that you have hope for the new year. The resources are out there. Lots of people have transformed themselves, their teams, and their businesses for the better. Small, consistent steps towards your goals is the way to achieve them. So here's to you and your coffee bar's success in the new year. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. And as always, I will see you here next week on another edition of Shift Break, from keys to the shop.